Unions urge pension reform on 20th anniversary. Lies military upgrade plan sparks airline debate. Lily sues art sparks debate. Nara responds. Trump says Israel has agreed to 60-day ceasefire in Gaza. Diddy jury to keep deliberating after deadlock. Japanese disaster claim impacts tourism. Europe swelters under a punishing heatwave. BTS to make full group comeback next spring.
Hello, I'm Jasmine. Thank you for joining us on FUNDAY News. It is Thursday, July 3rd, International Plastic Bag Free Day, and here are your top stories. Today's Taiwan news. On the 20th anniversary of Taiwan's pension reform, labor unions protested, saying workers only receive $6,332 NT monthly on average from the new pension system. They urged the government to raise employer contributions from 6% to 15%. President Lai suggested free business class upgrades for military personnel if seats are available. China Airlines is considering it, sparking debate among netizens over fairness and shareholder impact. Some worry it may hurt profits, while others threaten to switch airlines. Lily Shi, daughter of TV host Dee Shi, held her first solo art exhibition with most of her 25 pieces quickly sold. Critics accused her of copying Yoshitomo Nara, who later clarified he felt happy to be named as an influence, hoping to avoid misunderstanding. And in global news, President Donald Trump said Tuesday that Israel has agreed to the necessary conditions to finalize a ceasefire deal in the Israel-Hamas war. Trump said, "My representatives had a long and productive meeting with the Israelis today on Gaza. Israel has agreed to the necessary conditions to finalize the 60-day ceasefire, during which time we will work with all parties to end the war. The Qataris and Egyptians, who have worked very hard to help bring peace, will deliver this final proposal."
The Israeli embassy in Washington did not immediately respond to a request for comment, and Hamas has yet to weigh in on Trump's announcement. Trump has renewed a push to end the war after Israel broke an earlier ceasefire agreement with Hamas by launching a series of deadly airstrikes in March. Roughly 50 of the 251 hostages remain in Gaza following the Hamas attacks on Israel on October 7, 2023, when more than 1,200 people were killed. Of the remaining hostages in captivity, 28 are presumed dead. Israel's attacks in Gaza have killed more than 56,000 people and created a humanitarian crisis, with Gazans having scarce access to critical resources.
The jury in the trial of Diddy Combs will keep deliberating after reaching a partial verdict, but deadlocking on the most serious charge faced by the hip-hop mogul. At a federal court in New York, the 12 jurors announced they had agreed on 4 of the 5 counts, but were unable to decide on racketeering charge, which carries a possible life prison term. The atmosphere was tense as the rapper sat with head bowed, hats folded in his lap.
Mr. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all 5 charges, including sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. On Tuesday, the jury announced they had reached a verdict on 4 of the 5 counts after 2 days of deliberations. The 12-member panel said they couldn't reach an agreement on the racketeering charge because jurors on both sides held unmovable opinions. Judge Arun Subramanian heard arguments from both the prosecution and the rapper's defense attorneys on how to proceed before urging the jurors to continue working toward a unanimous decision. Their agreed decisions on the 4 counts were not announced.
Some believe she foretold the devastating 2011 tsunami in Japan that killed more than 50,000 people. An urban legend says she also predicted the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, Another premonition of a major disaster for manga artist Ryo Tatsuki is approaching its alleged due date, spooking tourists in Asia and even causing some canceled flights. Social media is buzz with her prophecy of a catastrophic earthquake and tsunami striking her home country of Japan sometime between July 5th and 7th.
In a 1999 Japanese manga, Tatsuki wrote of a great disaster striking in March 2011. That same month, a 9.0 magnitude earthquake triggered a deadly tsunami, causing a meltdown at the Fukushima nuclear plant and leading to one of the worst nuclear disasters in history. Tatsuki updated her book, titled The Future I Saw, in 2021, claiming that the real catastrophe was due in July this year. Seismologists say there is no scientific basis for these predictions, and the Japanese Cabinet Office Disaster Prevention Division stated that, with current scientific knowledge, it is difficult to predict an earthquake by specifying its date, time, and location, adding that earthquakes can occur at any time.
Barcelona recorded its hottest June since records began over a century ago, as Europe remained in the grip of this summer's first major heat wave. The February Observatory reported an average temperature of 26 degrees Celsius, breaking records dating back to 1914. The previous highest average for June was 25.6 Celsius in 2003. The same weather station also recorded a single-day high of 37.9 Celsius on Monday. Health warnings remain in effect in several European countries.
Punishing temperatures were forecast to reach 40 degrees Celsius in Paris and remain unusually high in Belgium and the Netherlands. In France, several departments were under the highest red alert, with the Paris region particularly hard hit. More than 1,300 schools across the country were partially or fully closed. Visitors to the Eiffel Tower without tickets were advised to postpone their visits, as the summit of the city's landmark was closed until Thursday. Climate experts warn that future summers are likely to be hotter than any on record. By 2100, France could be up to 4 degrees Celsius warmer, with temperatures exceeding 40 degrees Celsius expected annually and extreme heat spikes potentially reaching 50 degrees Celsius.
The wait is over. K-pop fans BTS are back. The South Korean band confirmed their highly anticipated comeback on Tuesday, announcing a new album and tour scheduled for next year. Sharing the news during their first live stream since all members completed their mandatory military service, the group said they will head to the US later this month to begin working on new music. Jimmy said, "Hey guys, we're back," with the group adding that their album will be released in spring 2026.
It will be BTS's first world tour since the group's Permission to Dance on Stage tour in 2022. The new album will also be the band's first full-length release since 2020. All South Korean men must serve 18 months in the military, which forced the world's most successful boy band in recent years to pause their careers at the height of their global fame in 2022. Fans collectively known as the Army have been eager to see the group back together following their enforced hiatus. Suga was the final member to complete his military service last month. BTS are believed to have staggered their enlistments so that all 7 members were unavailable for no more than 6 months.
The answer for yesterday was B, prosecuted. He was prosecuted for insider trading and faced a long legal battle. Did you answer correctly? Now let's dive into today's news. Europe sweaters under a punishing heat wave. Number 1. Punishing. 严酷的，折磨人的. The athletes endured a punishing training schedule every day. Number 2. Spike. 尖刺，激增. There was a sudden spike in COVID-19 cases last week. Number 3. Summit. 高峰会，山顶. World leaders gathered at a climate summit to discuss global warming. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comment section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. International Plastic Bag Free Day is celebrated on July 3rd each year to raise awareness about the environmental harm caused by single-use plastic bags. Launched in 2009, it encourages people and communities to reduce plastic use, switch to reusable alternatives, and support efforts to combat plastic pollution globally. And that's all for today's FUNDAY news. Be sure to turn in FUNDAY news from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join FUNDAY for free. I'm Jasmine, your host. I'll see you next time.